Hey everyone, Matt here from Level Up Switch. Today, we're diving into one of the most legendary genres in gaming, the JRPG. From unforgettable stories and epic battles to iconic soundtracks and characters you'll never forget, the Nintendo Switch has become a true haven for JRPG fans. In this video, we're counting down the top 10 best JRPGs on Nintendo Switch ever. Games that every fan of the genre needs to experience at least once. Octopath Traveler II is a stunning follow-up to the beloved original, refining everything that made the first game a standout JRPG, while expanding on its world and mechanics. Set in the brand new land of Celestia, it introduces 8 completely new protagonists, each with their own stories, motivations, and paths to follow. What makes the game so captivating is how it blends its nostalgic 2D HD art style with modern storytelling and deep strategic combat. The turn-based battles rely on exploiting enemy weaknesses, building up boost points, and unleashing devastating combos, giving every encounter a layer of tactical depth. Beyond combat, each character comes with unique path actions that allow you to interact with NPCs in different ways, adding variety and role-playing options that make each playthrough feel distinct. With gorgeous visuals, an incredible soundtrack, and emotional storylines, Octopath Traveler II stands as one of the finest JRPGs on the Nintendo Switch.
There's something out there more valuable than wealth.
I wish I had a lifetime to report on.
Fire Emblem Three Houses is one of the most ambitious strategy JRPGs on the Nintendo Switch, blending deep tactical gameplay with a richly layered narrative. Set in the continent of Fodlan, you take on the role of a mercenary turned professor at the Garreg Mach Monastery, where you must guide one of 3 noble houses, each with its own unique characters, perspectives, and secrets. The brilliance of the game lies in its dual structure, managing relationships and teaching students outside of battle, while commanding them in strategic, grid-based combat that rewards planning and foresight. Choices play a major role, as your decisions shape the future of your students and determine the fate of entire nations. With multiple branching storylines and endings, replay value is incredibly high. The blend of tactical depth, personal bonds, and moral dilemmas makes Fire Emblem Three Houses not only a top-tier JRPG, but also one of the most defining experiences on the Switch. Astral Chain is a unique JRPG action hybrid from Platinum Games that combines fast-paced combat with a futuristic, anime-inspired story. Set in a cyberpunk world on the brink of collapse, humanity's last refuge, the Ark, is under threat from interdimensional creatures known as chimeras. You play as a rookie officer in a special task force equipped with the Legion, a living weapon chained to you that can be summoned in battle and used for puzzles or exploration. The dual combat system is what makes Astral Chain so memorable. You fight side by side with your Legion, coordinating attacks, chaining combos, and even restraining enemies mid-battle. Outside combat, the game blends detective work, exploration, and stylish visuals to create a world that feels alive and immersive. With its slick presentation, phenomenal soundtrack, and inventive mechanics, Astral Chain stands out as one of the most original JRPG experiences available on the Nintendo Switch.
I'll give you some parting advice. Your power, it's not the blessing you think it is.
Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition brings one of the greatest JRPGs of all time to the Nintendo Switch. Fully remastered with upgraded visuals, improved UI, and additional story content. Set in a breathtaking world built on the backs of 2 colossal titans, the game follows Shulk and his companions as they battle against the mechanical Mechon threat. The sweeping story blends themes of fate, revenge, and hope, all tied to the mysterious power of the Monado Blade. Gameplay combines real-time combat with MMO-inspired mechanics, letting you control positioning, timing, and special arts to unleash devastating combos. The vast open zones are filled with exploration, side quests, and hidden secrets that reward curiosity. The Definitive Edition also includes the future-connected epilogue, expanding the lore and offering fresh challenges. With its epic narrative, unforgettable soundtrack, and refined presentation, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is a must-play JRPG masterpiece on the Switch.
Scratched each and every one of you!
Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door is a beloved JRPG classic that has been beautifully revived on the Nintendo Switch, offering both nostalgic charm and modern polish. Known for its witty writing, charming characters, and unique paper-inspired art style, the game takes Mario on a quest to collect the 7 crystal stars and uncover the mystery of the legendary Thousand-Year Door. What sets it apart from traditional JRPGs is its inventive combat system, blending turn-based strategy with timing-based button inputs that keep battles engaging and interactive. Partner characters add depth, each with special abilities that influence both combat and exploration. Beyond its clever gameplay, the story is filled with humor, emotional moments, and quirky side quests that make every chapter memorable. Whether you're exploring haunted mansions, sailing across the seas, or battling in an underground arena, the Thousand-Year Door stands as one of the most unique and charming JRPGs ever made, now shining brighter than ever on Switch. Pokémon Legends Arceus reimagines the classic Pokémon formula, blending RPG exploration with open-world elements to create one of the most refreshing entries in the series. Set in the ancient Hisui region, long before modern Pokémon societies, the game places you in charge of building the first Pokédex, while uncovering mysteries tied to the legendary Arceus. Unlike traditional Pokémon titles, exploration and research are at the heart of the experience. You sneak through tall grass, observe Pokémon behavior, and craft items to aid your journey. The semi-open zones are filled with diverse biomes, each hosting Pokémon that behave more realistically than ever before, sometimes even attacking the player directly. Combat transitions seamlessly from exploration to battle, allowing for a fluid experience that feels both familiar and new. With its bold changes, immersive setting, and adventurous spirit, Pokémon Legends Arceus stands as one of the most innovative JRPG experiences on Nintendo Switch, reshaping the future of the franchise. Persona 5 Royal brings one of the most stylish and acclaimed JRPGs of all time to the Nintendo Switch, delivering the complete experience with added content and enhancements. You step into the role of a high school student in Tokyo who secretly leads the Phantom Thieves, a group that ventures into the mysterious metaverse to change the corrupt hearts of adults. The game blends everyday life simulation, attending school, building friendships, and managing time, with dungeon-crawling RPG combat that relies on exploiting enemy weaknesses and mastering the unique Persona system. Royal expands the original game with new characters, story arcs, confidants, and a whole extra semester of gameplay, making it the definitive way to experience this masterpiece. Its slick art style, unforgettable soundtrack, and emotionally powerful story about rebellion and justice make it one of the most engaging JRPGs ever made. On the Switch, Persona 5 Royal shines as both accessible and portable, a must-play for any fan of the genre.
Do not disappoint.
Dragon Quest XI's Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition is a monumental JRPG that perfectly balances classic design with modern polish, making it one of the finest titles on the Nintendo Switch. You take on the role of the Luminary, a young hero destined to save the world of Erdrea from darkness, accompanied by a colorful cast of companions, each with their own personalities and backstories. The game shines with its expansive world, rich storytelling, and turn-based combat that feels both nostalgic and fresh. The Definitive Edition enhances the experience with fully orchestrated music, quality-of-life improvements, new side quests, and the incredible option to play the entire adventure in either modern 3D or retro-inspired 16-bit mode. This dual presentation allows players to experience the best of both worlds, classic and contemporary JRPG design in one package. With hundreds of hours of content, heartwarming character arcs, and a world brimming with charm, Dragon Quest XI's stands as a true JRPG masterpiece on Switch. Xenoblade Chronicles III is an epic JRPG that brings together the best elements of the series, delivering a vast world, emotional storytelling, and incredibly deep combat systems. Set in the war-torn land of Ionios, the game follows 6 protagonists from opposing factions who must join forces to uncover the truth behind their endless conflict. The narrative is gripping and mature, tackling themes of survival, fate, and the fleeting nature of life. Gameplay is equally impressive, with large-scale battles that let you control multiple party members, chain powerful combos, and utilize the unique Ouroboros forms, fusion transformations that add a whole new layer of strategy. Exploration is a highlight, with enormous zones filled with secrets, challenging monsters, and breathtaking vistas. With its sweeping soundtrack, cinematic presentation, and dozens of hours of content, Xenoblade Chronicles III stands as one of the most ambitious and moving JRPGs on the Nintendo Switch, cementing the franchise's legacy as a genre-defining series.
Set the world to rights.
But take a look around. Think about how many lives it's cost. Annihilator started moving!
The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild and its sequel, Tears of the Kingdom, are revolutionary JRPG-adjacent adventures that redefine open-world exploration on the Nintendo Switch. Breath of the Wild introduced players to a vast, living world where freedom and discovery are at the forefront, letting you climb mountains, solve environmental puzzles, and approach combat however you choose. Its sequel, Tears of the Kingdom, expands on this foundation with new mechanics, abilities, and even more mysterious regions to explore, pushing the boundaries of creativity and player agency. Both games feature epic narratives centered on Link and Zelda, filled with memorable characters, hidden lore, and legendary bosses. The combination of breathtaking environments, clever physics-based gameplay, and intricate shrines or dungeons makes these games a masterpiece of design. Together, they represent the pinnacle of adventure and exploration, earning their place among the most unforgettable JRPG-style experiences on the Nintendo Switch. And that wraps up our countdown of the top 10 best JRPGs on Nintendo Switch ever. These games aren't just about battles or quests. They're about unforgettable stories, memorable characters, and worlds that you'll want to explore over and over again. Which of these JRPGs is your all-time favorite? And are there any hidden gems we missed? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a Level Up Switch adventure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.